Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. Thank you for coming back to us. Just to be clear, this video is targeting adults. So today what we're making, as we always promise and as we always keep our promise, easy recipe with stuff that you have laying around the house probably, and you don't even realize. So as always, very easy, simple ingredients. What we're making today is the Dutch split peas soup, which is very popular around this time of year in Holland. The Dutch people are loving it, let me tell you that. So we have that too in Holland. We have our split peas soup too, but it's a little bit different version. Different in that the Moroccans only use the split peas to make the soup. I mean, we cook them and then we how do you say that? We puree them, and then we add a little bit of how do you say that? God, it's this spice, cumin? No, I don't know. Anyway, and a little bit of olive oil. Yeah, the spice I was looking for is cumin. So in the Moroccan version, we do only these. We cook them and then we puree them. It needs to be a little bit thick, not too fluid, not too thick, just somewhere in between that it's nice. You know, it shouldn't be as porridge, but also not as really watery soup, so it should be in between. Yeah, so that's the Moroccan version. Then we add a little bit of cumin, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pure olive oil. It needs to be pure olive oil. Really needs to be genuine. That's the whole thing with the Moroccan version. But today we're not making the Moroccan version, we're making the Dutch version. But also we're not really making the Dutch version, we're making an adapted Dutch version of the split peas soup. Sorry guys, I got the flu. So but then the more vegetarian kind, more or less, not really vegetarian, because we have the smoked chicken sausage here, which you can substitute with smoked vegetarian sausage. What you hear on the background is Mike working on his very vintage computer, as you guys may have seen in a different video. So yes, so every now and then you hear this vintage clicking, you know what's going on. Yeah, that's you. So what do we need? We need about 1 liter and 3 of a quarter. Is that how you say it, Mike?
1.75.
1.75 of water, just, you know, regular water. So we need that. We need a big pot for the soup. What else? We need 2 of the vegetables, vegetarian stock tablets, 2 of these. What else? We need about, I have here 400 grams of split peas. The amount of water that I have here is a little bit less because I like it a little bit thicker, but don't worry, because as you go you can always add a little bit of hot water as you go. Okay, so but for now
Finally you need hungry people.
Finally you need hungry people, because Mike believes this is going to be a lot. I don't know, let's just see, guys. So this recipe is, again, if you're not a big eater, this should be enough for 4 people. Not really sure. So enough is enough, yeah. So we need about 1 liter and 76 milliliter of water. We need, like I said, 2 of these vegetable stock tablets. We need about 400 grams of split peas. We need about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I'm ashamed to say that this time we ran out of genuine olive oil, so this is what they call the mild olive oil.
What?
I know, it's terrible. You need about 100 fake olive oil. You need about 160 grams of smoked sausage, preferably vegetarian. If you're, you know, a meat eater and you eat a lot of meat, it's really nice to give your body a break, you guys, and use vegetarian. But me and Mike, we really don't eat that much of meat, so not really. I don't know. So yeah,
We call it knackwurst.
We call it knackwurst, as you can see here.
Knackwurst.
Yeah. So get 160 smoked. They need to be smoked. Whatever you get, whether it's turkey or chicken, they need to be smoked. Whether it's
vaped but smoked.
not vaped but smoked. Yeah.
Okay.
You can get a little bit more if you love your meat. Add a little bit more in there, and then 400 of what we call here in Holland the Dutch wok mix. What is the Dutch wok mix? In this case, I have 400 grams of all these fresh cut vegetables. I have here about 120 grams of leeks. I have about 108, not 180, 108, 108 grams of carrot. I have about 68 of grams of broccoli. I have about 60 grams of red onion, and I have about 48 grams of cauliflower. So there you have it. So again, just keep it at 400 total, and then play around with the amounts. If you happen to have more of this or more of this, it's okay, as long as it's around the 400 total. All right, so let's start, you guys. So first we're gonna add the veggie stocks in there. Like I said, 2 tablets. There it goes. Yeah, Mike is singing a little bit for you guys. Next, we're gonna add the split peas. The recipe doesn't say that you need to wash it, but I think Mom is gonna turn in her bed right now. You know what? Let me just wash it, you guys, and come back to you, because that's how Mom always does it. So I'm gonna wash this a little bit, just cleanse it a little bit. You know, don't have to do it thoroughly, and then add it in there, and then let it cook. Let it simmer for 45 minutes on low heat, with a lid on. So yeah, like I said, just wash it. Don't overdo it, because they'll cleanse just to make sure that there is no dust in there, and then add them in there. All right. Come on, peas, in there. Okay, so I'm gonna use my other hand to get them all in there. All right, that's it. So now, let them boil a little bit, and then turn the heat to low, and then let them simmer with the lid on for 45 minutes. So guys, just to prevent confusing you, so first it needs to boil. As always, as I always say in these easy recipe videos, when we talk about simmering, it's always after it reached the boiling point, and then from that point, that's where simmering comes in. So this needs to boil, and then I'm gonna let it simmer on low heat for 45 minutes. Just to be clear on that. So next, when you take your sausage out of the package, wash it a little bit. I always do that with stuff that has been in a jar, in a can, or anything in a package that's supposed, to stay good for a longer time. When I use it, when I open it, I always cleanse it a little bit, just to make sure. Just a little bit of fresh water, and that's it. So now we're going to cut these up in little pieces, because we're going to fry these a little bit until they turn a little bit brownish, goldish. All right, so this is boiling. So now I'm going to turn the heat low, put the lid on it, and let it simmer. Next, we're gonna move on to the sausage. So I told you we need only 1 tablespoon of olive oil. That's what I did. Warm it up. Then we're going to beat them around. Not really fry them, just beat them around, as I like to call it. But just make sure that you have some goldish, brownish edges. So there it is. There it is. The smoked sausage is done, as you can see. Just gonna keep it there, cool off, waiting for the 45 minutes to go off on this split peas that we're boiling here on low heat. Remember, low heat. And yes, we still have the vegetables, but I'll come to that once the 45 minutes have passed. So guys, it's been cooking, boiling for 45 minutes. Alright, see? Alright, completely dissolved. Turn it off. and then we're going to puree the whole thing with one of these mixer. So there it is, you guys. You can puree it, or to be honest with you, to be very, very honest with you guys, at this point, after 45 minutes, it really is pureed as it is. It boiled enough to become a puree by itself. So if you like the bite in your soup, just leave it as it is, because it's really soft. If you see a lot of split peas still whole, then you should puree with a mixer. So now we're gonna add the vegetables in there like this. Add the vegetables in there like this, and then let it cook on more like toward the low heat for 5 minutes. 5, 6, 7 minutes, depending on how you like it vegetables. Me personally, I don't like my vegetables to be still hard. I like them to be a little bit soft. Mike likes them a little bit hard, on the hard side. So I'm gonna leave it in the middle, and I'm gonna go for 5, 6 or 7 minutes maybe, and then come back to you in a while. For those of you that live in Holland and getting these Dutch wok mix from Albert Heijn, you might want to take a look at the broccoli pieces, because apparently the guy that was on his shift to cut the broccoli wasn't really feeling it that day, because look, huge chunks. I just had to fish them out of the soup because I was trying to steer it a little bit, and I thought, what's this? Some big rocks in there? No, the broccoli really heavy, solid pieces. So I'm gonna cut them in really smaller pieces and add them back. All right, so there it is. And even though I got the flu, and really I came down with a serious flu, I can still smell this. It's delicious. I love it. I really love the way the Dutch split pea soup smells. It's more or less the Moroccan version, but still it has its own characteristic smell. Is that how you say it? So yeah, you guys, it's really nice to learn from other cultures, because nowadays all you hear, it's really cool to make other stuff, to try and make other stuff from other countries than the one you're living in. But I say, you know what, first cherish what you have, first cherish your home country, see what cuisine culture you have going on there before you move on to other countries. So I love to learn from the Dutch kitchen, see what they have, and I always adapt them, because sometimes I cannot have pork, for example, because I'm a Muslim, can't have pork. So yes, I do some alterations, but still, one thing I want to say for the Dutch recipes that you sometimes find online, they're always accurate and they always come out right. So thumbs up. You know what they say, if it ain't Dutch, ain't much. So let this cook for 5 minutes. Not really cook, but simmer for 5 minutes, a little bit. But then again, like I said, it depends on how you like your vegetables. When your vegetables have reached the softness that you like, add this that we still have going on here. Okay, just mix it through there, and it's done. Then you can, I don't know, roast some bread and have it with your soup. It's gonna be delicious. All right, so the 7 minutes, I think I told Mike to put the timer on 7 minutes have passed. I forgot to film that step for you guys, but I just added this. I just added the sausage. See, from this point, it's actually done right now. Once the vegetable reaches the softness that you prefer, it's actually done. But I want it a little bit thicker, so I'm just gonna let it simmer for a little bit longer, so that the water will vaporize and it will lose more and more water and becomes a little bit thicker. That's the way to do it, because I prefer thicker soup, nice and thick. Yeah, it's getting there. See, it's like this. How do you say that? Primal soup. That's where split peas soup reminds me of. Primal soup in cartoon movies. So I'm gonna let this simmer a little bit and thicken a little bit while I'm roasting the bread, and then we're basically done. Guys, one thing I haven't said, this is the perfect pot that you should have during autumn or the beginning of winter. I don't know, something about it is so cozy. Makes you feel like you're up there in a wooden cabin up in the mountains. Something about it creates that feeling, experience in your head. Maybe it's the smell, maybe it's the flavor, I don't know. Maybe it's just all of it. Maybe it's just me because I'm weird. But yeah, this is the perfect recipe for this season. I can show it to you guys, but it's getting thicker and thicker. Can you see that? When you see those bubbles, it means that it's getting thicker and thicker. And like I said, I'm just letting it simmer for a little longer. That's how you get the water out. Vaporize the water out, and then you being left with thicker soup. Okay, so yeah, 2 dishes for the soup, and then this one for the bread, because I'm roasting French bread, French baguette. It will go delicious well with this soup. There it is. Smells delicious. It really smells delicious. It has that smoky smell. Delicious, just delicious. All right, go make your own, you guys, and have a little taste of the Dutch cuisine. All right? Thank you so much for watching. If you make your own, let us know how it turned out. And if you find a way to make it better, we're always open for suggestion. Alright guys, we love you so much. Thank you so much for the comment, the love, the sharing, the all that. And like I said, this was a clear video meant only for adults. If you don't know what we're talking about, I'm referring to the recent COPPA law, and be on the lookout on instructions on how to follow us on Vimeo, because we will be gradually moving to Vimeo from the YouTube channel, since this new law is taking all the fun out of making videos or sharing them with you guys. So for now, thank you so much, big hug, and keep supporting. There's the bread. Really tastes delicious, you guys. Roasted a little bit like this. Love it.